Welcome to the Ironworth Trading Show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Said Price Stan. Just making sure everybody get on in tonight because we're going to talk about a lot of things. I want to give y'all a overview of the U.S. markets tonight, and we will go over the shutdown drama. I got a little bit of news about Apple. We even going to go over some European markets. We're going to talk about crude oil for all my futures traders, cryptocurrency for all the crypto bros. We got some wild news and price jumps. And I'm also going to make sure that it's beginner friendly for all of those that don't know what the fuck going on, right? That's what we got going on tonight. I need everybody to come on in, right? Hit the follow button if you're new here. Tap the screen. Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know how I go. I need y'all yapping. I said that wrong as hell out the gate. I need y'all tapping while I'm yapping. Y'all can yap too. Go ahead and type it up in the comment section. Feel free to ask as many questions as you need to. Alvarez was happening. Let me share the live out to a few people if you don't mind before y'all come on in. Let me go ahead and share the live out to a few people. Give me a second. Let me send it to my brother. Let me send the live out to a few people. Give me a second. How y'all doing tonight, though? If y'all don't mind me asking, how y'all doing tonight? I hope everybody doing great. I hope y'all had a phenomenal week. We didn't make no crazy mistakes in the market, right? Y'all let me know what y'all do. How did y'all do this week? How did you do this week in the market? I want to know. We're going to start out talking about the S&P 500. Matter of fact, before I even get into any of that, before I get in the SPY, hold on. We're gonna talk about a few other things. Let's start with Tesla. All right, so everybody holding their breath for the next U.S. CPI report. If y'all don't know what the CPI report is, that measures inflation. So if y'all ever hear any traders or investors talking about that CPI report, it measures inflation. Basically, how fast prices are rising for things like food, gas, and clothes. Okay, y'all with me? Y'all with me, right? What's happening, Globe Party, Magoo? Millennium 2K16. What's happening, Tisha Stewart? I hope y'all having a good night. All right, so look, when inflation cools down, Wall Street gets happy because it means that the Federal Reserve might lower the interest rates. The lower the rates is, the cheaper it's going to be for them to borrow money, right? So the more money the cheaper it is for them to borrow money, the more money going to be flowing into stocks and crypto. The more money flowing into stocks and crypto, the more money your ass could potentially make. So that's why it matters to us. That's why we give a fuck about inflation data. Okay. Now, this is a Tesla chart that you're looking at. The ticker for Tesla is TSLA. That's what you're going to type in to find Tesla for those that don't know. Now, Tesla opened weak, but ended strong. It's up 2.28%. And right now it's kind of leading all the big tech names. All the big technology names is leading them. So basically, Tesla did the classic fake out dip. You know what I'm saying? A lot of options traders love this shit. It dropped early and then it ripped later on, right? It dipped and ripped. But Tesla moved like it had too much damn coffee. Like it started out real real shaky, and then it finished real wild. But yeah, we got Honeywell that jumped 7% after saying they expect to make even more money this year. So when a big industrial company raises its profit forecast, it's a green flag for the overall economy, y'all. Factories are busy, orders coming in and shit. We got quantum computing stocks. Those took off too. That's the futuristic technology that can make computers 1,000 times fucking faster than what they already is. This sector right now is very hype driven. It moved very fast when the sentiment is good, but it also dropped hard when reality hit. So that's why they call it a bubble, right? So the energy stocks, they also had a strong day thanks to they got some new sanctions with Russia. So all my futures traders, this usually pushes crude oil prices up, right? I know a lot of y'all probably don't trade oil, but I'm just letting you know. We'll talk more about that later on when I get to talking about oil and shit. But they also we also dealing with this fucking government shutdown drama, right? And then we got flight delays coming. We were close to the holiday season. It's finna get hectic. So we got Trump's transportation secretary, Sean Duffy, my bad. Sean Duffy warned, that's a real name too, by the way. Sean Duffy warned that if the government shutdown keeps dragging on, it's gonna mess up the air travel even worse. How many of y'all got somewhere to fucking fly this holiday and ain't got time for that? Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that, right? So right now, thousands of air traffic controllers and TSA workers are working without getting any type of motherfucking money. Put an L in the chat, right? Put an L in the chat for all the government workers right now that's working. Will y'all do that? Are y'all willing to work for the government without getting paid? Put an L in the chat for everybody that's working in the government right now without getting paid. I mean, big dub in the chat, but damn, that's, you know what I'm saying? It's a dub for everybody else, but it's an L for them. I'm kind of upset they got to go through that. But anyways, right? Anyways, I hope they figure that out. That'll make this shit even worse, though. If they keep dragging this on, it's going to make it even worse. And surprise, they starting to call in sick. These same motherfuckers who was working for free, they starting to call in sick. That's why the flight delays just jumped from 5% to over 50% in places like Dallas, Chicago, Nashville, and DC. It's going to be hard to even fucking fly this holiday season. So at this point, delayed might just be the default setting on the airplane mode, right? Y'all with me? Oil might dip slightly if oil might dip slightly if fewer flights take off. I pay attention to that shit too. So oil could go down if we not getting as many flights taken off. But the overall economy is still steady, so I ain't panicking yet. What's happening, Stinky Pinky? What's happening? And we're gonna also look what's happening. We also gonna look at what's this? What we got? NVIDIA, and what else we got? I'm gonna talk about Apple too. Intel. We got Apple, Intel, NVIDIA, Bitcoin. All right, so Apple. Somebody asked me, what do you think about Trump canceling trade negotiations with Canada? I think that's a taco trade. You ever heard what a taco trade is, Farrah? Taco trade, or it might be a FAFO trade, you know what I'm saying? A fuck around and find out, or it might be one of them Trump always chickens out trades. But Apple lost a big ass class action lawsuit in the UK. They got accused of charging excessive commissions on the App Store. The court said Apple used this market power unfairly, and they could owe over 1.5 billion euros around, that's about 1.9 billion United States dollars, to about 20 million users. That's a big ass class action lawsuit. They got to pay about 20 million users, going to have to split 1.9 billion. And they've been using the app since 2015. So why does this matter? It's not about the money itself. Apple can afford that shit. The danger is other countries might now try to sue Apple ass too. You know what I'm saying? They might try to get in on a piece of that, right? And that could pressure their profits long term. That could fuck with their money on the back end. You know what I'm saying? Imagine getting like 10 cents in compensation from Apple after 8 years of overpaying for fucking Candy Crush gems and shit. That's pretty much what's gonna happen. Cause out of you ever been a part of a class action lawsuit and they send your ass some pennies? You like, what the fuck? It wasn't even no use of me even getting in it, right? Dree. Everybody give a big shout out to my moderator in the building, my good friend Dree. But yeah, so y'all want to watch Apple volatility. Bad legal news sometimes gives short-term dips. So whenever a company got some bad news, you usually can see some short-term dips, some dips on the short end. We kind of did yesterday, but Apple usually bounce back fast because of strong fundamentals and shit. And then they got a bunch of diehard investors, like a lot of motherfuckers who not really gonna let Apple go down like that. And then so for all my viewers in Europe and shit, y'all also got a little positivity wave going on with y'all stocks and shit. Y'all following the US lead, steady optimism. Y'all know what's up. We often use these moves as hints for what we gonna do in the next US session. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I was just telling y'all crude oil got a big move up. I like stocks that kind of track, crude oil and stuff like that, mining companies or whatnot. So I like to talk to y'all as people who trade futures, because some of y'all trade futures, some of y'all trade stock options, right? We even got crypto bros and whatnot in the chat, so I make sure I talk about that as well. But we're gonna go over SPY. I'm gonna give y'all a technical analysis on the S&P 500, and I'm gonna make it so simple a kid could understand it. Now, do y'all want me to talk to y'all like y'all professional, or do y'all want me to break it down like a kid so a kid can understand it? I can go college level. Y'all know it. I can go college level, or I can make it very simple for you. Do me a favor, y'all. Tap the screen up. I need to get to a certain amount of likes to push this live out. All right, so every candle, if y'all don't know, I want to get rid of the squeaky ass chair. Every candle tells a story. It's like a paragraph of a book that the market is writing in real time, y'all. Each candle got 4 parts. That's right, JB. You starting to spot them chart patterns, I see. So yeah, every candlestick got 4 parts. The open, right? That's where the price started at. The high, that's how high it went. The low, that's how low it went. And then you got the close. That's where it ended at, right? Put a W in the chat if you understand that much. A green candlestick means the price went up. A red candlestick means the price went down. So if the candle is green, it means buyers won that battle. Price closed higher than it opened. If the candle is red, sellers won. The price closed lower than it opened. So here's the key, right? Professionals, we don't just see fucking colors, we see emotion, right? A green candle with the long wick on top. What does that mean? That means that buyers tried to push it up, but the sellers smacked that motherfucker right back down. That's hesitation. We paying attention to all of that. A red candle with the long wick at the bottom. What does that mean? That the sellers getting tired. Buyers starting to push back up. That's reversal energy. So every candle is a fight between buyers and sellers. When you stack this shit up on top of one on the other, you start to see who in control. You get to see momentum. All right, so when you reading the chart, I don't want you to just say green means up and red means down. I want you to say buyers are fighting for control here. Y'all with me? That's what separates beginners from seasoned traders, right? And y'all know we do not like no unseasoned chicken cutlets. You like seasoned, right? Y'all, I want y'all to be seasoned traders, right? All right, so with that being said, right, I'm gonna help y'all understand and identify key levels on support and resistance and how to spot them. And we're gonna use this chart of the S&P 500 to do it. And this is an ETF. ETF stands for Exchange Traded Fund. Now, this exchange traded fund, right, this ETF, which is basically a basket of stocks, right? So instead of you investing in one individual stock, you can invest in this, and this is like a basket of stocks, and it's tracking the 500 best performing companies in the United States. Okay, this is SPY. It's like the little brother to SPX, but you can trade SPY, and you pretty much trading all the best shit in the market right now. But I'm gonna help you identify your key levels when you're looking at this chart. So it's called support and resistance. This part right here is where 90% of traders lose money because they skip it. But not y'all. Not y'all. Support and resistance is like the floors and ceilings. Y'all know this. Support is where price keeps bouncing up from, right? That's the floor. That's where the buyers step in at. Resistance is where the price keeps falling down from, is where the price keeps getting rejected at. That's where the sellers step in. So when you look at SPY, you might see it bounce around, let's see, you might see it bounce off of, what's that, 651 right here. And that's the bottom, that's the floor. And you see it bounce down from, what's that, 672 at the top. That's the very top yellow line, right? So even if you see the price come all the way down to like 645, that's a support zone. These are all levels where every time it hit that level, it shoots back up. It's the market telling you this is where buyers are defending. Now, when SPY keep hitting, let's say it keep hitting that bottom level, 651, right? Again and again, that's a support zone. But if it, let's say it keep hitting it, but it can't break through, right? That just makes it even more stronger. Let's say it go all the way up to resistance and it keep hitting resistance, but it can't break through. That's a strong resistance zone. That's a ceiling. If the price keeps knocking on that ceiling and it can't get through, eventually it's going to either break out, right? It's either going to break out the ceiling or it's going to fall back down hard. I tell y'all this all the time. You take a bouncy ball, you bounce it in the house really hard, it hit the ground, it hit the ceiling, it hit the ground, it hit the ceiling. When it hits the ceiling, where is it going to go after that? It's going to go to the ground, right? So this is the same thing with support and resistance for the most part, unless the price breaks above it or breaks below it and then closes above it and closes below it. You want to pay attention to that. Someone says, just trade gold futures. It's crazy, man. Ethan, you must have made some money from trading gold futures. I know gold has been very easy to trade here lately. JB says SPY is about to hit 674. I'm not, so you surprised, JB? I'm really not surprised, honestly. But yeah, but an Ironworth trader, right? After somebody who'd been in my live stream, I'll make sure I got our mindset right, because iron sharpens iron. And this is what I got to say about this. I'm not guessing direction. I'm reacting to what price does at these levels, right? I'm not predicting, right? I'm anticipating. So when SPY hits support, I'm looking for confirmation. Does a green candle form? Does volume pick up? Right? That'll be my signal to enter. When SPY hit resistance, I'm thinking about taking profit, or I'm thinking about going bearish. Make it make sense, right? Make it make sense. So now that y'all know that, I want you to pay attention. Know that price always respects the structure. You got to listen to what I'm saying, bro. You got to listen to what the price saying. The price going to always respect the structure. The trend is your fucking friend until it ain't, right? Until the end. So now we're going to look at this chart. I want to tell y'all about moving averages. Put a W in the chart if you want to learn about moving averages real quick. If you want to know how to read the moving average indicator on the chart, let me see a W in the chart. I need a W in the chat for engagement, y'all. You feel me? For engagement, Ethan. Thank you, Drake. Truth seeker. I see you seeking truth tonight. So I'm gonna give you exactly what you seeking. You feel me? Y'all in the right live. All right. So I got y'all. So this is what's up with the moving averages when you're looking at this chart. The moving averages are the market's speedometer, y'all. It's the market speedometer, right? We're going to talk about these curvy lines that you see on the chart that's running through your, if you put it on your chart, it'll be running through your chart. But these are moving averages, and they help you see the trend. So you might have a 9 EMA, a 20 EMA, a 50 SMA, or a 200 SMA. So EMA is an exponential moving average, and an SMA is a simple moving average, right? So you put these on there so you don't get lost. I don't want y'all to get lost in the sauce, right? I'm just letting you know. A short EMA, like a 9 or a 20, they show you the short-term trend. It show you what's happening right now. It's like a footprint to show you where the price has been in that many candlesticks or in that many days. So if it's the 9 EMA, it's showing you where the price was the previous 9 days or where it was throughout the 9 days, right? It creates an average, y'all. Take 10 people, write down how much each person weighs, and then add it all up and divide it by how many people it is. And that's how you come up with the average, right? So let me get them up. Where's my mathematicians at? Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be a little rusty. But they come up with the average of the number for them to get the EMA. And so these lines What line is the moving average? All three of them are moving at all the squiggly lines, Ethan. The blue, the purple, and the orange. Those are all EMAs. So the blue line is the 9 EMA. The orange line is I think that's the 50 EMA. And then the purple line is the 200 EMA. So you don't have to use 3. You can use 1. But I like using 3 exponential moving averages because I want to see the short term, the medium, and the long term trends. That's what they help you spot. Okay. So the short EMAs, the 9 or the 20, the 9 or the 20, they show you the short term. The 50 or the 200, they show you the overall direction. So it show you where the market's heading. You know what I'm saying? It show you where the market's heading long term. So if SPY's candles are sitting above the 20 and the 50 moving averages, the trend is bullish. Buyers are in control. But if it's below them, that means the market is weak and the sellers are dominating. Now check this shit out. When the short EMA crosses above the longer one, pay attention. Because this is how you're gonna be. You can even put this in a filter to help you find stocks that just met this criteria, but that's another story. When the short EMA crosses above the longer one, that's a bullish crossover. That's a green light for y'all. I'm just trying to help you get since a lot of y'all be like, I don't know when to get in. I struggle with entry levels. Like, okay, well, if you struggle with entry levels, then you might be, trading without using volume. You trading without using support and resistance. You don't need indicators. You can use price structure alone and use a smaller time frame to get better entries. Right? I'm going to make sure y'all know that this is actually public information. This is not something that you have to go and pay somebody $5,000 for you to find out. Y'all just need to do a little research. You know what I'm saying? Maybe come across it. It's some good people on TikTok, such as me, right? And other people. I done came across some good souls on here that's giving this information out. But I do see a lot of people doing some gatekeeping out here. Like you do not have to charge nobody $5,000 for this basic ass information, right? So we're going to give out the basic information. And if you want to learn how to hit willies and tricks and shit, then that's a whole nother story. Can someone type what he said? I'll repeat it. What y'all want me to say? We was talking about the EMAs. I was showing them, first of all, how to read a candlestick chart. We talked about support and resistance. How support is where the price keep bouncing up from. Resistance is where it keeps getting rejected at. So it's like a ceiling in the floor. And then I start talking about the EMAs, the moving averages. EMA move means exponential moving average. It's like a footprint to show you it smooths the price out because the candlesticks is going up and down and up and down and up and down and up. The moving averages kind of give you an idea of what's going on for real. So the 9 EMA is a short-term trend. The 20 EMA is a short-term trend. They showing you what's happening right now. Then you got the longer ones. Like you also can use a SMA. That's a simple moving average. Ethan said, go over the EMAs, the colors, and which one crosses over means bull. I got you. The 9 EMA is the blue one. The orange one is the 20 one. And then the purple line is the 200 EMA. So the short EMA crosses above the longer one. That's a bullish crossover. That's a green light. And momentum is shifting up. But when it crosses below, that's a bearish crossover and momentum is shifting down. But we don't just trade off of one crossover. You got to combine that with price structure and volume. Look up the word confluence. That's y'all homework. Somebody type it. Somebody type confluence in the chat. CONFLUENCE. Go look that word up. Yes, I want you to have that needs to go on when you enter a trade. If not, I want y'all to have discipline and do not enter the trade. From now on, if it's not given that, you should not be influenced. Okay? That's going to make sure that you have a high probability trade. What's a high probability trade? Good night, JB. What's a high probability trade? That's where it is it's more likely to happen. And on a trade that's more likely to happen, you can invest a little more on it. Now, when you shaky and you don't know if it's really going to happen or not, right? It's a low probability trade, which means it's high risk. Most of the time, it's high risk is high reward. But still, if it's high risk, then you should be making sure that you have a tight stop loss, and you should not be over leveraging, and you should not buy a shit ton of contracts because you don't even really fucking know if it's going to go in that direction or not. So I mean, you just need to know that you're using support and resist. I don't want you to think that the EMAs is for entry, because the key rule is the moving averages tell you the direction, not the entry, right? Now we're going to use volume. That's the market's lie detector. Remember that the volume is the market's lie detector. Here's something that a bunch of beginners don't realize and a bunch of mentors don't fucking tell you. Volume tells you whether to believe the move or not. Do y'all hear me? That volume gonna let you know whether to believe the move or not. If you see a big green candle, it look good, right? But if the volume is low, it's probably a fake out. If you see a breakout above resistance, if you see the candlesticks go above the level of resistance, which is the ceiling, all right, remember, y'all, you take a ball, you bounce it in the house real hard, it hit the flow, it hit the ceiling, it hit the flow, it hit the ceiling again. If it hit the ceiling and don't break through the ceiling, it's going to hit the flow again. If it hit the flow and don't go downstairs to the basement, it's going to go back up to the ceiling. It's going to go up and down. Y'all, it's common sense. Support and resistance. It's not hard, right? So what I'm saying is you got to pay attention to volume. So even if it breaks above resistance, now you see a breakout above resistance, if it got a lot of volume, that's confirmation. The move is real then. Volume is like the market's voice. You know what I'm saying? The louder this shit is, the more serious the move is. Like it's like a bag of za, right? And the low volume is like some Reggie. My bad, y'all. But I'm just saying, dead ass here, you want to pay attention to the volume, right? Greg Perry said that's right. Yes, David, this is SPY. This is the S&P 500, right? So when you watching SPY, you want to look for increasing volume on breakouts. You want to look for a lot of volume on the breakouts. You want to look for decreasing volume on the pullbacks. That means the sellers are losing strength. You want to look for spikes in volume, right? You want to see volume spikes at support and resistance zones, because that's where the big players are stepping in at. That's where you want to be in on the trade when a big player is on the chart. I'm telling you, you don't want low volume. You don't want low volume. You don't want to get in on a trade and you thought you was finna get a move and it ain't going to be what you thought because you was not paying attention to volume. You trading with one eye closed. Also patterns. The chart trying to tell you something if you pay attention to the pattern. I can't stress that enough. I think that people that can't find patterns, y'all struggle in elementary school when the teacher said, okay, kids, what number comes next? 3, 6, 9, and then your dumb ass said 10. But I'm here to let you know, like, you got to spot the patterns. You feel me? I'm TikTok. I was just playing, yo. I'm just playing. Also, everything in this live is for educational purposes only. This is not for financial advice. I gotta let that be known so TikTok don't be on no bullshit. But anyways, the pattern is just trying to tell you something, right? So now that you can read candles, you can read levels, you know what volume is, it's time to pay attention to the pattern. The market is going to repeat itself because human emotions repeat themselves. Fear and greed don't never change, y'all. Fear and greed don't never change. Now, before JB left, she came right on in here and said double bottom. You know what I'm saying? She spotted a pattern right away. Double bottom, what is that? That's where the price drops twice to the same support and then it bounces and reverses up. You see a double top, price hits resistance twice and fails, reverses down. If you see a flag or a pennant, y'all can easily look these chart patterns up and become familiar with them. Head and shoulders. You know what I'm saying? All these different patterns that you can go and look up. And when you see them, you will know how to trade them. So we'll put all this shit together, right? Step 1, I identify the trend. I'm using moving averages. So if SPY is above the 20 and the 50 EMA, my bias is go long, right? I'm going to buy a call. And a call is when you think the price is finna go up. A put is when you think the price is finna go down. You feel me? You selling a call, that actually means that you don't think that the price is about to go up. That's a whole nother ball game, y'all. Did y'all know y'all can make money from selling calls instead of buying calls all the goddamn time? The person that's selling you the calls making more money than you, and they making guaranteed money for sure. Like, they may lose, but it's like 10% of the time. You may win, but it's like 10% of the time. It's a big difference. It doesn't work all the time, but they are 90%. They have a 90% chance of profit, Cat King. And if it didn't work for you, you really, you know what I'm saying, you got to damn near, you got to, you got to really fuck up. It's really not what you think. So a lot of people think it's hard, and it's not. Covered calls are easier than you think. Cash secured puts are easier than you think. Strangles are easier than you think. Condors are easier than you think. So don't think that you only got to buy calls or puts. There's way more strategies that you can use when entering a trade, and they are actually necessary for the situation. Like if there's low volatility, then, and I know it's finna trade sideways, I'm gonna do a spread. If there's gonna be a lot of volatility, and I know that the market finna go crazy, I'm gonna buy a strangle, right? Because I know that it's gonna break out of my call, or it's gonna break out of my put, and I'm gonna get paid either direction. Study the different type of strategies that you can enter into, not just a call, not just a put. Yeah, David, we do covered calls and cash secure puts. I talk about them on the Saturday night, so come to the live on the weekend, and we're going to go over covered calls and cash secure puts. Hit the follow button so you don't miss another live. You feel me? But yeah, step one, I make sure that I identify the trend. I'm using moving averages. So if SPY's above 20 in the 50 EMA, I'm going long. Step two, I'm going to mark support and resistance zones. What's happening in crypto? I'm going to mark support and resistance zones, right? And I'm going to make sure I got that figured out, where I'm going to look at the lowest point that the price dropped to, and I'm going to look at the highest level that the price rose to. I'm going to have those marked out. You want to wait for confirmation candles at those levels. So if SPY bounces off of the bottom, goes to the top, I want to see if it's going to break out the top, or if I want to see if it's going to come back down and go to the bottom. It's simple, it's super simple. That's easy peasy, lemon fucking squeezy. It ain't hard. Plan your trade. Step 4, plan your trade. Like, have this shit figured out. I journal. I write down what I'm about to trade, why am I about to trade it, my size, my position size, like how much I'm putting into this trade, how much I'm willing to lose. Because don't think, so a lot of people say, I ain't willing to lose nothing. Well, you don't need to be trading, bro, because guess what? It take money to make money. And scared money don't make no money, for real. You can't get in. Of course, you don't want to lose, but you need to utilize a stop loss, right? And at the end of the day, if you don't have one of those, then you trading crazy as fuck. You wild, right? You wild. You wild. You bogus as hell. You need to protect the bag. Y'all ain't never heard that saying, protect the bag? Yeah, this is SPY. This is the S&P 500, yes. So, plan your trade. You want to plan your entry, your stop loss, and your target. You want to make sure you know where you about to get in the trade at. You want to make sure you set a stop loss to give yourself room. And then you want to set a target. All right, this is where I want to get out the trade at. And then you want to manage your position like a professional and not like an emotional person. Like, oh, I'm up. Let me get out this trade before I lose this money. That's fear. That's fear. Oh, shit, man, I'm down 30%. I'm going to hold it because maybe I can go back to 10% of a loss instead of 30. And then your shit go to a 60% loss. Because you held that position out of hopium, hoping that this shit going to go back to zero of a loss, like that, to break even. I always tell y'all hear me say this shit every live, a trade should only end in 1 or 4 ways. You don't put 1 or 4 ways: a big win, a small win, a break even. That means you didn't win or lose, or a small loss. A big loss is never a fucking option. So if you in my chat right now and you took a big loss today, that was the last loss you will ever take on that level. You will never take a big loss again, because you heard the message loud and clear, right? Then I need you to utilize the power of execution and never allow that shit to happen again. Never allow it to happen again. If I was your personal trainer and I caught you eating some buffalo wings or a honey bun, I would smack that shit out your hand. So this is me metaphorically doing that to you. Don't do it no more to yourself, right? This shit is psychological, y'all. So now you want to pay attention to your results. None of this shit I'm telling you is going to make you rich. What's going to make you rich is you reviewing how you think when you enter a trade. Somebody said, I have some stocks in crypto. I just don't know how to move with it. A lot of mode. Yes, you do. Follow me. right? Follow me. I ain't telling you to physically follow me. I'm telling you to hit the follow button, inbox me, right? And we can get to the bottom of it. Everybody go ahead and drop your financial independent number in the chat. And we're gonna and before we done, I'm gonna explain to you. If you don't know what that is, put a W in the chat and I will explain to you. If you want to know what it is, put it in the chat. I got you. But like I said, this is psychological. The hardest part of trading is not the chart, it's you. You're your worst enemy. You the only one stopping you from really turning up in this trade and shit like you really want to. You the only one stopping you from being an investor. It's you, nobody else. I ain't stopping you. I'm really actually helping you. I'm aiding and assisting. Nobody gave that to me, so you got more than what I got. They tried to charge me $5,000 for this shit. So the hardest part of trading is not the chart, it's you. You can have the perfect setup and still lose if you fucking panic. Don't doubt yourself and don't get greedy. How many of y'all made money but lost it because you was greedy? Tell the truth. Shame the devil. How many of y'all made money but lost it because you was greedy? Or just act like you don't know better and still be entering trades, over trading, chasing money when y'all know damn well we don't chase money, we attract it. If you chasing money, it's running from you. Oh, and if you chasing it, the harder you chase it, the faster it's going to run from you too. Psychology is the most important part. You right, Miss Cook. So y'all remember that part. I want y'all to keep that shit in your head the most. Don't be greedy. Don't be fearful. Don't doubt yourself. Don't panic, right? We're going to win because we train our emotions just as much as we train in our eyes to see this chart. You got to learn how to wait for your setup. Patience going to pay you more than predicting. I would say that again. Patience is going to pay you more than you predicting. And then you want to take your losses fast. I can't stress that shit enough. Take your losses fast. You can lose 77 times in a row, bitch. And still, I ain't calling y'all bitches. I'm just saying you can lose 77 times in a row. All right. So I got a little carried away. You can lose 77 times in a row and still be profitable if you are using the right risk to reward ratio. If you losing a little bit at a time, that means you cutting your losses short and you maximizing your gains. You understand? If you losing 1%, just do the math. I'm gonna make it very simple for y'all, especially for my followers who don't like math, right? Let's make this simple. Let's say you lose only 1% every trade you take. If you take a 1% loss, you automatically getting out of the trade. Yes, Cat King. The link is in the bio. Let's say you and you know, yeah, just the link is in the bio. Just read the links. It's in the link tree, actually. I got you. So what you want to do is you want to pay attention to how much you losing. I'm gonna set my stop loss to where I'm only gonna lose 1%, right? Now, if I losing 1% every trade, and then, you know, let's say I lost 10 trades. Now that's 10%. Now let's say the next 2 trades that I win, one of them 20%, one of them 40%. That shit wiped out those losses. Those 2 trades wiped out 10 trades because of probability. So the market is not about predictability. It's about probability. Once you understand that little piece of math right there and you minimize your losses and you maximize your gains, I promise you, I can damn near guarantee you that your winning percentage will change drastically. Because you putting a belt the ass on that stop loss. Somebody says 40 handle stop loss max per trading day is my trading plan. That ain't bad. Lotto mode asked me, how'd you learn to trade? From experience. I took losses so you don't have to. And reading and studying. Okay? Reading and studying. We live in a day and age where people are lazy and they don't want to study. And the people that ain't lazy, the ones that's working too hard and don't got time, they just on that hamster wheel. Oh, that hamster wheel is a motherfucker, right? They put that piece of cheese in front of you and you in that rat race, you can't get off that wheel. You working so hard, you don't have time to learn. You don't have time to invest. You feel me? But it's really bullshit. If you want different results, you got to do different shit. You got to do different shit if you want different results. You got to pay yourself first. Because guess what they getting that's more valuable than that paycheck that they giving you? Your time. Your time. Your time, baby. Your time. All right? So that's what you want to do. You want to make sure that you setting yourself up to win. Now bring this shit all together. Bring this shit all together. You want to take your losses fast. You don't want to hold it. You don't want to hope. You want to respect your stop loss. It's there to protect your ass. It's not punishment. Stop looking at it like it's punishment. This shit is psychological. Oh, I got stopped out. I got stopped out. Bro, your ass got stopped out. That's your best friend. Getting mad that you got stopped out is like getting mad that a lifeguard saved you from drowning. Does it make sense to get upset that a lifeguard saved you from drowning? No. So why would you get upset that you got stopped out? Does that make sense? If this was church, I'd say, can I get an amen in the chat? But that's blasphemy. I just want you to hit the follow button. I just want you to hit the follow button. You know what I'm saying? Stay tuned. Of course, share the live out, tap the screen. Show some support, y'all. Show some support. Because that's what I call myself doing right now. I call myself showing support to everybody that joined my live stream. Having something to offer. That's all I want y'all, for y'all to show a little support back. That's why it's called Iron Worth Trading, because iron sharpens iron. So if I'm helping y'all, y'all helping me. That's how it go. We're going to bring it all together. By now, you should be seeing the chart different. Every candle, every wick, every line, it's all a conversation between buyers and sellers. Once you understand how to read that conversation, you stop blindly reacting to shit and you start predicting behavior. That's what professionals do. They listen to the chart. They let the data speak. They don't rush. They move when it's time. And I'm telling you right now, if you learn to slow down, focus on structure, practice with intention, right? For all my paper traders, you can go and practice like it's your money. Practice like it's really your money. Stop paper trading with $1 million. Pull that shit down to how much you really gonna have in your account and treat it like it's real, right? I'm gonna need you to go ahead and strengthen your imagination and act like it's real. And then when you do that, you will start seeing what you're supposed to see before it even happened. All right. So if you made it this far, you already proven that you serious. You just learned how to break down a chart from SPY from scratch. Candles, support, resistance, volume, patterns, entries, exits, and psychology. We just went over it all. But this just the beginning. The difference between understanding this shit and mastering it is mentorship. It'll take you a little minute to do it on your own, but that's what I'm here for, so it don't take you a long time and you don't lose a lot of money. That's where I come in at. I show you how to properly do this shit so you don't lose it all. You could take this information and you never need me again. I'm going to tell you this one time. A trade should only go in 1 or 4 ways. A big win. It's going to be one or the other one. A big win, a small win, a break even, or a small loss. A big loss should not be an option. So if you want to take this deeper, if you want me to personally mentor you, walk you through live setups, show you how I trade SPY, Tesla, everything else we talked about, this your invitation. Join my mentorship. The link is in the bio. I also want to talk about the volume profile. Do y'all see the light blue bars that's on the right side of this chart on the price axis? All right. Y'all remember the XY axis that you learned about in school? Look on the right side of this chart where the prices is at. You see some blue bars. I want to tell you about volume profile, and let me see if I got a slide for it. Yes, I do. So what you're looking at is something called the auction market theory. I'm gonna make it simple. All right. The market is just an auction, y'all. It's like eBay. Buyers want a deal, sellers want top dollar, and price moves until both sides agree. That's it. Every candle, every move is just price searching for fair value. So when you hear somebody talk about AMT or auction market theory, don't overthink it. I'm finna make it simple. It's just describing that back and forth fight between buyers and sellers to find balance. So when they agree, price goes sideways. That's the balance. When one side wins, price trends. That's the imbalance. You with me? So the market profile or volume profile too is you can look at it that way. But what does it actually show? What does it really show? We're gonna look at this chart right here that you're looking at. So the vertical shape is called market profile. Each block shows you how much time or volume the market spent trading at that level. You see what I'm saying? It's like a heat map to show you where people are most active. And the initial balance is the first range of the day or the week, right? Whatever set, if it set the tone, it's going to set the tone, matter of fact. If the price breaks out or above that, right? If it breaks out above or below it, that's your signal something is changing. You want to pay attention to the value area, right? They're all marked out. You want to pay attention to the value area, right? 70%. This zone covers about 70% of all trading volume. That's where buyers and sellers agreed that the price was fair. Then you got the point of control, the price level with the most trading activity, the market's happy place. You got poor highs, poor lows, flat tops or bottoms that show unfinished business. What does all this shit mean? This tells you where the market wants to be, basically balanced, and where it fought to get there. Now, this where a lot of people get confused, so I'm trying to clear it up for you. The market profile is based on time spent at each price. How much time is spent at each price? This information is valuable to you. It shows you how long the market stayed in each zone, how patient traders were trading at this price. It's great for understanding what I'm telling you about, which is the auction theory and balance. So, but on the contrary to that, when you're looking at volume profile, what I was just showing y'all, the blue bars on the right side of the chart, volume profile is based on actual trading volume at each price. It tells you where money exchanged hands. So I showed you 3 different types of volume down there. Even the volume at the bottom of this chart is showing you the different volume at different times. So the one on the bottom is showing you the volume at different time levels. The one on the right is showing you the volume at different price levels. It's a difference. I want you to think like, where did the big order show up at? That's what those bars is for. It's great for spotting supply and demand at institutional levels. So the market profile is time-based. Volume profile is volume-based, right? And it's price-based. So they look similar, but they tell slightly different stories. So how do we use this information, Said? What are you telling us all this shit for? Because you want to look for where the market is balanced at. That's where most trading happened at. That's going to be your fair value zone. You want to mark where it's unbalanced at. Thin areas or tails and all that extra shit. That's because that's where the price might travel real quick next time it get there. You want to identify breakouts above or below the value area. This is a cram course, y'all. So I'm sorry if I'm skipping over questions. I got to try to fit all this shit in before it get to a certain time where I need to lay down so I can get up before the market open again. And I got clients to deal with. So y'all, like, it ain't my fault you come on here live. Well, I got a busy day. And this be my only free time, and I dedicate it to y'all. So don't try me, right? Don't start nothing. If you don't start nothing, y'all finish the statement. Y'all already know if you don't start nothing, it won't be nothing. All right. Anyways, like, I be talking shit and don't nobody even be saying nothing. All right, look. So that's what you want to do, though. You just want to pay attention to all of these different things. You just want to trade the retest too. Like if price breaks out above and comes back to test that edge, we buy. If it breaks down and retest from below, we short it. We always know where the POC is, the point of control. We always know that's the price level with the most trading activity. It's the happy place. We always know where that is. So, like, imagine the market is like a mall and most shoppers hang out where the best deals at, right? So that's your value area. Every now and then someone wandering to the expensive store, they go into Saks Fifth or some shit, and then they look for the clearance rack down low. That's your tails or your imbalance. So you'll figure it out, y'all. Y'all will figure it out. I'm going to have to actually dedicate a whole day to indicators. Someone said, I appreciate it. Just woke up. First thing I saw. That's what's up. Breath or breathe for tomorrow. That's what's up. So, yeah, you can use it to win trades. You identify value area and POC from the previous sessions. You want to wait for price to test the edges of balance, wait for rejections, and just look up. I want you to look up auction market theory and do your homework on it. That's it, right? That's what we're going to do. Now, What do we got next, y'all? What do we got next? If you new here, hit the follow button. If you new here, hit the follow button. Right? All right, so that boy Trump now. Trump and his son. This is Trump walking through the door, and he said, hey, did you, you know what I'm saying? His son is making so much money off crypto. Trump say something about crypto. Lil Barron in there making a $19 million, you know what I'm saying? He in there making millions of dollars. I think it was more than 19, it might be 190. But the world of wealth is fucking changing, man. Traditional investments like savings accounts and pensions, they grow slowly. So all my older people that got taught that you supposed to go to work for the next, you got to go to work and retire and shit, get a good job and retire. I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm here to tell you that was some bullshit, right? Of course, a lot of y'all did it and it worked, but you retired old as hell. And it's because they told you that. They had you, I mean, but y'all had opportunities too now, especially everybody that was here during the 90s and saw what happened with technology. You had the same opportunity that we got right now, which is with technology. I hope I ain't disrespecting some of my older people, my elders. Like, they're like, yeah, bro, you better shut the fuck up, bro, because when I ain't buy Apple, I didn't buy Intel back then because of blah, 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 hippie, blue, blue, blah, blue, blah. Is it a tank top or a new bra, right? But the world of wealth is changing. Traditional investments like savings accounts, them shit don't work. Younger people getting rich from crypto, AI, technology startups, all type of other investments and shit, sometimes in just a few months, let alone a few years. But I'm trying to help the young folk wake the fuck up that's not doing it, and the older folks catch up, right? And basically catch up on these opportunities so you don't miss. You got crypto, you got DeFi, that's a decentralized finance, that's digital money and financial systems without banks. How does this make money? You buy early, you stake it, you lend crypto, or invest in tokens that increased in value. We all know this. So Barron Trump made millions from WLFI tokens, a crypto project bridging traditional finance and crypto. They got some extra shit going on. Whether it's scammy or not, I ain't talking about that. I'm just letting you know. It's a bunch of AI and tech startups that's investing in new apps, software, and AI tools. Early investors getting in on this shit. You earning money from the product sales, the growth, and buying and selling shares. So someone buy some shit for 100 and sell it for 1,000. It's simple. So the older generation got to pay attention because time not on your side. The wealth wave is happening right the fuck now. We got the baby boomers getting ready to either retire or get the fuck up out of here. So you don't got time. Time ain't on your side. You don't have to go all in. You start small and learn first. This is not financial advice, but this is help. I want you to avoid missing out. This ain't FOMO. I just want you to get some skills and investments now. This shit could dramatically improve your security and how you retire and when you retire. Somebody says salute to you. You always add value every time I listen in. You should. I'm glad you listen in. I appreciate the acknowledgement. But I just want to make sure that you know there's simple starting steps. As long as you know these simple starting steps, it won't be hard for you. You can learn the basics of how to trade stock, how to trade in the stock market, the basics of how to trade stock options, how to trade futures, how to trade crypto. But older financial advisors was telling people not to fuck with crypto, telling people that it was a scam, right? Whole time it then went over $100,000 while they keep calling it a scam. And everybody keep looking at it sideways. But what you gonna do when it go to $1 million? You gonna keep looking at this shit sideways? I'm just asking. Wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. So earlier, young people need to wake up too. If you adopt this shit early, you'll be wealthy later on down the line. The market is going to reward those who act, who execute, who experiment, who learn, not the ones who wait, right? If you wait, if you ignore this, your peers could leave your ass financially. They going into the bank right now at your age, pulling out millions of dollars. Right now, your age. You can do it too. This ain't no fucking hype. I'm trying to put you on. Follow trustworthy sources and educators. Don't follow the hype. You feel me? So I want you to explore crypto, explore it, get to know it, find out what it is, do some research. Because if everybody woke up today and told you that rock outside your door was worth $100, you're going to be like, yeah, right, whatever. You know, then a month go by and it's worth 300. Hell, 10 years go by and it's worth 100,000. Is you gonna still keep looking at the fucking rocks and like they not worth nothing, or is you gonna get you some rocks because they growing in value? Because you know just about the same amount as a rock as you do about crypto. Yeah, you know just about the same amount as Bitcoin as you do about that rock. But as long as people valuing it, your ass should, you know. I'm just saying, do some research, right? Barron Trump made millions in crypto. He only 19. I don't give a fuck about what Trump and his son got going on. I'm just trying to put you on to how these young folk, it ain't just him. They making money investing early in this shit. So then you got young content creators who monetize the online community teaching about this shit. So older people, it's not too late to learn. You guys too much. It's way too many avenues for you to learn in. Young people, you don't want to wait for permission. Explore this shit. Experiment. Grow early. Wealth is happening outside the 9 to 5. Some of y'all working 12-hour shifts, right? But we gonna get to the bottom of it. We're gonna get real for a second. Fuck it. Since we going down the road of wealth building and building a solid foundation, a solid financial foundation, and since we generating wealth over here, we wealth. Right, we are the architects of our family's wealth. We are the architects of our family's legacy. Anybody in here, you might be a first generational millionaire. You might be a second generational millionaire. You need this information too, because you got to protect the bag and make sure that you pass it down or keep it. First generational millionaires, you need to be here because we building it. What do you trade? Options. Yes, I trade stock options and futures as well. But we're going to get real for a second. Last year, I lost my mom out of nowhere, and it fucking wrecked me. Not just a heartbreak. I'm talking about fucked me up because it was a financial nightmare too. I wasn't prepared for that shit. All type of shit stacking up. But look, I get it. Soon as somebody go to talk about death or insurance, people want to get the fuck on. You want to boat. But the shit can get real for you. The shit can get real for you too. Most salespeople is greedy fucks and shit who just want to line their pockets up and they don't give a damn about you. They assholes. They pushing crap that you don't need. But fuck that. I'm not here to sell you shit. I could give a fuck about commissions. I really want to help you understand this shit so you can protect your family without getting fucked over. Think about it like arming yourself against life curveballs and shit. Rich people monetize death. They are able to mourn in peace. Don't wait for some shit to happen and then you want to try to talk about this shit. I ain't trying to scare the shit out of you. But let's be real. Over 40% of us could not handle $1,000 emergency, like right the fuck out of nowhere without borrowing some money. Make it make sense. Funerals, them motherfuckers. No, hold on. Hold on. Funerals, let's talk about it. Them motherfuckers 7 to 12 grand easy. Y'all ever had to bury somebody? Somebody says realest stuff you will hear. Thank you, bro. Did y'all ever have to bury somebody? For y'all know how much this shit costs? This shit's expensive. But hey, the flip side, with some smart moves, if you do this shit like the wealthy people do with their little secret strategies that they be having, gatekeeping and shit, you can shield your people from this shit, right? And it's like a seatbelt for your money. And you hope you never need it, but damn, it come in clutch, right? What y'all think? Y'all think I'm tripping? W in the chat if you agree with that. I really want to debunk the motherfucking IULs because people out here scam likely with them IULs, scam likely with them damn IULs. We're going to call out the bullshit. Everybody getting hyped about the IUL. I'm going to call out bullshit, right? And them indexed universal life, the IULs, people getting scammed left or right, buying into this shit. They buying the promise of your money making money, right? On easy withdrawals from the policy. I can withdraw money from my policy. That's what they telling you, but that's bullshit. It's a trap for a lot of people, right? No, I'm going to keep it a buck with you. It's a trap. It's overhyped bullshit. It's chocolate covered shit. Would you rather have shit flavored chocolate or chocolate flavored shit? Neither one, right? But my point is, you want the real shit. It might not taste good, but you don't want the fake shit that tastes good to you. It's overhyped. They promise that you're going to make money from the market without risk, but the fees going to eat your ass alive. Management costs, caps, the fuck out your return. So you stuck at 3 to 5%. Usually when the market go up, you supposed to benefit from that shit. But you don't. They cap it. And when the market go down, that's where you make the most money at, because you get to buy, but you don't. They cap it. They cap every fucking thing. So I'm just letting you know, if you go do your own research, you will see that it's usually bullshit. And even worse than that, the complexity is a nightmare. How the fuck are you taking loans on your own money and you paying interest on your own money? What the fuck? If the market dip, your policy gonna lapse, and then you dumping even more cash into it, leaving you with nothing. They don't give a fuck, because they just got paid off selling this shit to you. So since we debunking IULs, I'm gonna go ahead and hit whole life too, for everybody that be like, oh, I have insurance already. I got whole life. That's another one that's a shitty deal, because it got some spots. But I'm gonna tell you, it got some good spots, but I'm gonna tell you why it sucked though, right? The premiums is sky fucking high. It's like 10 times what a term costs, what term insurance costs. Go look it up. Now that cash value they always want to talk about and brag about, it grows slow as fuck. It's tax deferred. Go look up what tax deferred is, right? Cool, it's tax deferred, right? But the returns is ass. The returns is trash. 3 to 5% after the fees is trash. Way below market averages. You're going to make more money in the stock market. You want to surrender. Matter of fact, they're going to make you surrender the charges if you bail early. And it take years to build up any real value. And again, the complexity is off the fucking charts. And in them dividends, no. Only if it's a mutual company. And then that ain't guaranteed. Go look this shit up. Don't take my word for it. But it's not all bad. Whole life shine to a lot of people for certain reasons. Like somebody said, what's your opinion on IUL? I just gave my opinion on it. You ain't hear me listen. I just told you. It's bullshit. They capping you. You ain't gonna be able to make them. You gonna make more money in the market than you would in an IUL. But I'm trying to get now. I'm just letting you know, like, it do got some. It ain't all bad for whole life. Like lifelong coverage if you need permanent protection, fixed premiums and shit that don't never rise up. That's cool. You get tax-free death benefits. You get the plan in the state. So rich folks use it to pass wealth without having to fuck with taxes, right? But you can borrow against the cash value tax-free. That's like, it's supposed to give you some liquid. But if you got special needs and dependents or want burial coverage and shit like that, it'll fit for you. But for most people, this shit is overkill, bro. For most people, it's overkill, and it's going to take your money unless you just in that niche. If you in that niche, cool. So what's the real deal? I'm telling you that what I highly recommend, I super recommend doing your research on why term is better. Hands down, that's what they doing in your life, in your whole life. They really getting term and just switching this shit out whole time. Don't believe me, just watch. Go look it up. Somebody said, I made myself a multi-time frame fractal code that tell me which side I'm on in the market. That's cool, Poindexter. Good job. Now, like I was saying, so what's the real deal? Term life insurance, bro. Hands down. It's cheap as fuck. Straightforward. And it lets you invest the rest and make it make fucking sense. This is what the rich people do, right? They don't even have insurance. They got enough money to cover every fucking thing. But let's say you middle-aged. Whether you young or old, it don't matter. But let's say you middle-aged. 20 or 40 bucks a month for $500,000 in coverage. Think about that. Think about that. You paying $20 to $40 fucking dollars a month for $500,000 if something happened to you. Is that an even exchange? Or did you just secure the bag for your family if something happened to you? If y'all made it this far and you don't got this shit figured out by now, I hope you inbox me so we can get it figured out for you. But at the end of the day, I don't want you to be out here literally and you got insurance on your fucking cell phone, but not on your car. That shit crazy. No, on your cell phone, not on your car and not on your life or your family. Shit. Make it make sense. Yes, breathe for tomorrow. Yes. I'm talking about $20, $40, $50 gonna get you $500,000 if something happened to you. You ain't the only one that need to do it. Your family need to do it so that if something happened to their ass, you straight. Something happened to you, they straight. This is how you build generational wealth. This is how it's done. This is go look up what the Rothschilds did. Go look up what the Rockefellers did. Okay? Okay? This shit is about money. This is a money conversation. We ain't talking about the side of our neck for nothing. I'm letting you know, a lot of rich people, they don't even bother with insurance. They self-insure because they assets cover any shitstorm. That's the level I want to help y'all hit. But remember, this ain't financial advice. This is just education to empower you. Do your own research. Do your own homework. Remember, I want y'all to tell me your financial independent number. Right now, let me know what's your financial independent number. If you don't know what that is, I'll tell you. That's the number that you need, the amount of money that you need to retire and never work again. And retirement has nothing to do with age, right? It has nothing to do with age. What's up, Erison Bloom? Erison Bloom, a Rosen Bloom looking at what's happening. But no, for real, it got nothing. A lot of people think they got to retire when they older, and you don't. Retirement isn't. It's dealing with an amount. You come up with that amount, you can retire early. So I'm going to talk about a few things. We already went over IULs. We went over whole life insurance. We went over term life. I went over the stock market. I want you to understand wealth. We speaking of wealth. Y'all ever heard of that? Y'all never heard of that number because most people think it got something to do with getting old, and it don't. You want to, this is fire, bro. Financial independence, retire early. You want to save aggressively, invest smart, using wealthy tools. Quit grinding in your fucking 40s and your 50s and your 60s. I know y'all dreaming about that beach life, right? Right? So let me know, what's your financial independent goal? Let me know in the comments. Like, we're going to motivate each other. How much do you need to retire early? How much do you need to retire right now? For the rest, and never have to work again. I don't see nobody telling me shit. Y'all ain't never thought about it before? If you have, let me know in the comments, how much do you need to never have to work again for the rest of your life? I should see trillions of dollars in the comment section. Because that's what you got to live off of for the rest of your life. Good number, sunshine. That's going to cover you and your family. You know, they might need some money too. Unless you ain't worried. Some people like, I ain't worried about that, right? But we're going to talk about annuities. Put a W in the chat if you want to learn about annuities. If you want to know what an annuity is and how your money can make money for you. Put a W in the chat. All right. So we're going to talk about annuities. Y'all ain't never heard of a self-paid pension? Huh? Y'all ever heard of a self-paid pension? I want y'all to not be misunderstanding, you feel me? But a lot of people, we're going to hit annuities next. So misunderstood as hell. Everybody misunderstand annuities. Misunderstood as hell, but this is some badass shit right here, right? When you do it right, especially how the rich people be using them. This is a self-paid pension. I'm talking about hand over fist type of cash. You get guaranteed income for life. Why ain't nobody ever tell you about that before? Steady payouts. I ain't telling you what you should do. I ain't giving you financial advice. I'm telling you, though, this is financial literacy at its finest tonight. We're going to get to the bottom of a lot of shit that they really should have taught us in school because it matters. It holds weight. It matters, right? It matters. Let me see. We're going to talk about annuities. Where we at? We gonna talk about annuities. We ain't gonna get into the trust. I ain't gonna get into the wills. Use so many ways to make money, y'all. We gonna go over a few of them though. We gonna go over a few of them. We're gonna go over a few of them. All right. Anyways, annuities. So you got self-paid pensions. So they dished out over $300 billion in benefits last year. Go look that up. That shit, it beats outliving your savings. This what this did. You could turn $100K into $500 monthly at 65, right? That's on an older level, because they be having money that they just want to have money coming in from, but that's interest. That's tax perks. Rich folks love annuities for secrets like unlimited tax deferred growth. You don't know what that is yet. All right. No contribution caps like in the independent retirement accounts. They use them for longevity insurance, guaranteed income, so they don't go broke living as long as they end up living. This is a hack that they use to plan their estate. They reduce taxable estate. They don't pay taxes on a lot of shit, paying attention to this type of shit. You protect your assets from lawsuits. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and talk about the trust. Fuck it. Cause y'all gonna be beneficiaries to a trust. We're gonna make it make sense. Y'all, we're gonna make it make sense. You may be beneficiaries to a trust. You may need to start a trust. You see what I'm saying? This how the rich stay. This how the rich stay rich. Now, as self-paid pensions, they perfect for creating your own retirement check without relying on employers. Not for all, because fees suck if you misuse this shit. It's low liquidity, but if you use them smart and mix it right. Not advice. Again, it's not advice, but this is just facts for you to digest. So you dig into wealth building. You digging trying to build wealth, right? You fucking with financial literacy, cool. We gonna talk making your money make money for you with annuities. Ain't no cap in my rap though. Thank you for the cap, but ain't no cap in my rap. Self-paid pensions is the secret way rich people invest to multiply wealth. It ain't even no secret. This ain't no off-topic bullshit. We're gonna stick to the topic. Annuities as money makers. So wealthy people use deferred variable annuities to park big bucks tax-free, letting investments compound. You got to know what compound interest is. They let their investments compound inside of it. So I want you to think about stocks or bonds growing without the taxes. You don't know what it hit yet. Like, he who understands compound interest earns it, and them that don't understand it pays it. So a self-paid pension is like annuity on steroids. The rich people set up multiples. They set up multiple for layered income, and then they do one for basics, another one for luxurious, for luxuries. My bad. They'll do another one for they'll turn some money into instant paychecks. Then they'll hedge on the long side. They got so many different ways they be doing this shit and having it set up. You could do it too though. Ain't nothing stopping you. It's not gonna stop working for you. It ain't. Listen, do what rich people did. It's not gonna stop working just because you tried it. Right? So another secret. You can do infinite banking with whole life. But you overfund the policy, borrow tax-free against the cash value to invest it somewhere else, like real estate, while they keep growing and shit. You can go look at some YouTube videos and they'll talk to you about this shit, sure. You're going to do some research on it. But go do some research on the irrevocable life insurance trust, right? Put life insurance in a trust to remove it from your estate, slashing the estate taxes for heirs, and then the trust becomes worth the cash value of the insurance policy. Do y'all hear me? Y'all with me? If you have children and you don't have a will, think about this for a second. The state is going to decide what happens after you pass away. All right? Let's be clear. We grown folk. We grown. Let's make it make sense. If your parents don't have a will, you might want to talk them into getting this shit figured out, so that you can make sure that everything goes where it's supposed to go when they leave. I had to deal with all of this and learn this all the hard way. So I'm like, you know what? Ain't nobody talking about this shit enough. And why? I have no idea. Why is this not talked about? I do not know. But they don't teach it in school, and it should be taught in school. So I created the night school, the financial literacy online. It's an online financial literacy academy full of expert financial advisors, accountants, bankers, even lawyers.
defense attorneys, etc. So we can help you set up a will. We can help you set up a trust. We can help you set up an investment account. We can also help you make sure that you build an estate. Make sure your family got some type of legacy left behind. Make sure you got to leave something behind. You care about your family, right? So if you name in the trust as a beneficiary, that's a game changer. Cause this is some shit that normal people miss. You ain't got to deal with probate. You get asset protection from creditors. Like it's deep. You protect minors and disabled people. Revocable trust for flexibility. Irrevocable trust is for tax wins. Keep the benefits out of the estate if it's over $13 million threshold, which y'all can hit that. Don't think you ain't far from having 13 million one day, and you might not need to know this type of information, right? You can also place annuities. Now listen, you can do some private shit with the annuities. I ain't gonna talk about on the live stream because I don't want it to pass for financial advice. This is for educational purposes only. But if you got kids, get a fucking will, bruh. LegalZoom makes it easy. It ain't even hard. I got a link that'll give you a discount on it. So this is about elevating your life, bro. This is about elevating your life, having a solid financial foundation. You care about them, we got to get it figured out. If you care about your family, you care about your kids, we got to get it figured out. If you care about your future, hit me up. Inbox me. I need your name, your number, and the best time to call you if you are serious about making sure that all of this is taken care of. You'll be able to live better. That's why you see rich people walk around happy-go-lucky, because they got all this shit figured out. Can y'all imagine that? Having all of this shit figured out? That's when you reach a level of financial freedom, right? We didn't cover epic ground. We didn't, from dodging the IULs and the whole life bullshit to a little cram course on annuities and shit, right? And trust. You don't want to own shit. You want the trust to own it, the estate owner. You a beneficiary to it. It's gonna protect your bag. This is how you secure the securities. It's how you secure the securities. Any questions? Any questions? Trust seems like the easy option. The info seems to be on the hush hush. Yeah, it is. It is. You own a house, it needs to go in the trust. Anything you own, you can put in the fucking trust. You can put your stocks in the trust, and everybody beneficiaries to it. And then this was crazy. Somebody passed away, bro. Hear me out. It goes to the estate. The estate only becomes more valuable. It's deep. Oh, it's deep. All of y'all asses need a trust. But an annuity is simply a contract with an insurance company that guarantees you income later. You give them money now, and they promise you a paycheck for life later. There are fixed annuities, variable annuities, indexed annuities. The idea is stability, not speed. So you use annuities when you want to lock in guaranteed income for your later years. You want to think of it like buying your own Social Security. Annuities are not trading tools, they're security tools. You use them to make sure that no matter what the fuck the market does, you never outlive your money. Some people use insurance as an investment tool because they got fucking investment advice. They got financial advice from a life insurance agent. That's where they be getting them bullshit ass policy, bro. I'm telling you. You got to do insurance the right way. It's one of the most misunderstood tools in the entire financial world. Most people hear insurance, they immediately think scam or sales pitch, and that's because most people who sell it don't give a fuck. They rarely teaching it, right? They not teaching that shit. They just selling it. Thank you. Thank you for telling me that I'm awesome at explaining things, but I really hope that y'all are awesome at getting them and understanding them. You feel me? I'm serious. I'm super serious because nobody told me, nobody spread the news on how serious it is. I think that's bullshit.
that people don't go around talking about how important it is to have insurance. I think that if people had just been real serious, like, hey, bro, when your mama die, you gonna struggle to even throw a funeral. You're gonna struggle afterward. You're gonna be crying on construction sites and shit. You're gonna have to go back to work, and you will not have enough time or finances to mourn in peace. Nobody told me that. So I hope y'all take that serious. I hope y'all use me as a living example. If you have anybody that you love, it could be you. You could be the one that leave this planet. My mama did not leave me anything. I know she didn't know no better. But don't be that. Don't be like that, y'all. If you got children, don't be like that. Don't be like that to them. Don't leave them nothing. That's crazy. And if you got whole life insurance right now, you could do a shit ton better than that. Like you can do way better than that. If you on my live right now, you know what we talk about the stock market. You know what the stock market does. So you missing out on what happens in the market because you spending most of your money on that policy. You can save $200 to $300 and that shit can go in the market. Y'all know what that could do for your future and how it can grow in an ETF or a money managed account or a money market account or make it make sense. So if you interested in building a solid financial foundation, if you interested in making sure that we can help you reach your financial independent number, you should inbox me your name, your number, and the best time to call you. I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you. That's what I'm here for. Because everybody got people that they love and care about, but they honestly don't know or understand insurance because somebody tried to sell it to them but not tell it to them. You understand? They was just trying to make money. You was just a number to them. They didn't give a fuck about you. If you think you got a great policy, let's go over it. The best thing that can happen is we find out that you got the best policy in the world, right? Push come to shove, though, we gonna get you a better one if not. Because if you got the best one, cool. But if not, we got to fix that. I'm going to end the live on that note. I hope y'all have a wonderful night, right? Do we got any more questions? Any more questions before I leave? I appreciate y'all for joining the show tonight. Live the best life you can, bro. Thank you again. No doubt, breathe for tomorrow. I hope you inbox me your number and the best time to call you. I wasn't joking. I'm serious. Take me up on that offer, y'all. You still the best, fam. Glad to catch you. That's right. And if not the insurance, y'all need investment accounts. Don't just trade without having an investment account. Don't just trade without making sure that you're securing your future. That's how you're going to be able to trade comfortably. I don't know when my heater kicked on, but I am cooking. I'm finna have to go turn this off. Do you go live when the market opens? Yes, I do. And but I think I have I think it'll only be for like I have a client in the morning to deal with. So I don't know if I'll be live in the morning. But yes, I do. Join the Discord, join the community, join the WAP. Hit the link in the bio. Just join the community. I got you. And also those that's looking for a mentor, reach out to me. If you are unemployed and you are looking for a way to make money from home, tell me how much right now in the chat, how much do you want to make a month? I would like to know. If you interested in working from home or working on the go, it don't have to be from home. But I have an opportunity for you where you can make a living, right? Doing exactly what you see me doing right now. And that's teaching people how to invest, teaching people how to protect their family, how to build an estate, a trust, a will. We even help people with home insurance, life insurance. Hell, we can help you save money on your car insurance too. Some of y'all pay too much for your car insurance. That's crazy. You need to inbox me about that too. You all the money that I'm here to help you save, I'm only trying to help you save it so you can invest it. The more money you save, the more you can invest. I'm going to say it again. The more money you save, the more you can invest. So some of y'all need a budget plan. We need to go over everything you spend, all of your bills, all of your expenses, all of your liabilities. We need to minimize them, and we need to build you some assets that are going to pay you an income. We need to build you a plan. You should inbox me your name, your number, and the best time to call you. And your email address too, a working email address so I can get you on the schedule and set an appointment with you. But yeah, it's 3:22 a.m. in the morning where I am at. Friday, October 24th, y'all. I will be 34 years young on October the 30th. So I got about a week. So I'm turned up this whole week, right? But I will be going live every day, even on the solar return. I'll be back. But yeah, it's Friday, October 24th, 2025, 3:23 a.m. We are going to make today twice as good as yesterday and half as good as tomorrow. All right. If you're new here and you haven't had a chance to yet, hit the follow button. If you missed the entire live stream, I will be reposting the replay. I will post the replay on YouTube. So you can find my YouTube channel by clicking on the link in my bio as well if you caught the ass end of the show. All right. Everybody else, hit the follow button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss another one. I also have flashcards now, right? For all my new traders, hit the link in the bio, join the boot camp. I have flashcards available, right? You will be quizzed. I have a cram course for those that don't have time. We're going to get you knowing how to trade stock options in a week. That's right. And I'm also booked for the final week of November, but I'm open for anybody that needs help in December. All right. Maybe you're not tech savvy. I will fly out to you and show you how to personally trade in person, whether that's stock options or futures. And we can also build you a financial foundation in person. So it's up to you. You let me know. Other than that, we can do it online. Feel free to reach out to me if you need a mentor. Again, I probably have about 3 slots left, so those are going quick. You might want to reach out to me before that happens. And other than that, y'all make sure y'all play it safe for the remainder of the week. We only got today left in the rest of the week, so y'all play it very safe. Do not go out there trading without no stop loss. Don't be greedy. Don't be fearful. Pay attention to everything you learned tonight in the live, and I'm sure you're gonna be all right. I'll catch y'all next time. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. Matter of fact, before I leave, can I get a good night? Can y'all say peace out, holla at you? You know what I'm saying? Kick rocks. Let me get a boot emoji or something, y'all. It helps me with the engagement. Get me to 10K likes, too, before I get up out of here, please. Any questions before I leave? You are a freaking legend. Good night. Good night. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Good night. I hope you guys inboxed me and reached out, though, because I was serious about everything I offered. I don't know if I told y'all, but if you don't have any of those things like insurance or an investment account or home insurance or a will or a trust, I am willing to teach you and mentor you and teach you how to trade if you are willing to get these things for yourself. I don't think it's a better offer in the world than that. If you get these things for yourself and for your family, and you come to me for these things, and so that I can know that you got them, because I'm the one that helped you get it, I'll teach you how to trade free of charge, because you took the money and you spent it on yourself, on your future, on your investment account, on your insurance, on your trust, on your will to make sure your kids are straight, make sure your family's straight, make sure your mama, your daddy, or whoever. They don't even got to be your family member sometimes. I've learned different ways to put your business on insurance. There's so many different things you need to do. Reach out to me and I got you. That is my offer to y'all. Send me your name, your number, your email address, and the best time to call you if you are interested in learning how to make money make itself, if you are interested in working from home, if you are interested in securing the bag. All right, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night.